Where do you begin with that game of football, guys? I'm back. The big Stevie Cool. 1872, right. Yeah, St Johnstone 0, Rangers 1. I didn't even do a preview yesterday, but that was a game that didn't warrant a preview. You know, it's 3 points, but it's like... I don't even know what to say about it, to be honest, because it is just so bad. I mean, look at the state of the goal we scored. You know, Hadji, I mean, be fair, puts it in the danger zone. In the danger zone. Puts it in the danger zone, and then we're rewarded because Tav and Jason Holt, you know, former ex-Rangers man, Jason Holt, puts it in the back of the net, and it's 1-0, and that's it, we go home. I did a watch along, I'm sure most of you will know. Honestly, right from my bed, watching that. Just, we're not a good team, man. And I just don't know how it could go so different from Europa League to that to the league. I mean, I'd actually love to know how it can just drastically change so much. But anyway, let's go to the starting 11, shall we? Which of course was pretty much what we all expected, apart from maybe the fact that Hadji was in there. I mean, Igamani started. I think we're a wee bit surprised about that. I think we could have definitely seen Danilo starting, but Tav started, and that for me is a problem. Was a problem, whatever. But it's like it's one guy. You know what I mean? But I say it's one guy. He's the same guy that was brought on against Nice, and you've seen it evidently pretty much straight away with Tavlin, McCausland and Tav, that the game just changed. And again today, I mean, without Tav, you could argue, without Tav today, you can argue you wouldn't get the goal. But the reality with that is that, you know what, if the same old guys get the roll of the dice, you're going to eventually land on something no bad. And that's exactly what happened with that goal. But you look at the chances in the first. I thought Hadji actually had an alright game. I thought Tierney showed bright spots. I thought Igamani. I mean, people were saying he was worse than Dessers. He wasn't worse than Dessers, folks. You know, there was actually like decent movement for Igamani. He got himself involved, made himself a nuisance. Sometimes Dessers stands like a statue and gets nothing done. Who else? I thought Proper was awful. Proper shite. I mean, all the puns with this guy, oh, he's a proper defender, he's proper shite. Well, I can tell you which side of the argument that's definitely swayed towards, and definitely towards the proper shite part of it, because the guy's no good enough, man. In the first half, there's headers being attempted to be won, and it's flying over his head and putting Johnstone in on the counter-attack. Now, the wind is picked up now, folks, but you know what? Being barely able to hear me through wind would still be better than Rangers right now. And as for the starting, the rest of the team, who else? I thought Raskin and Barron were alright. I mean, I thought Barron should have been booked. You know, we were talking about that in the live stream. You know, Barron should have got booked. All that good banter. Yefty, I thought had a good game, but it's like I don't get it. I don't. How it's so bad from what Thursday was. I don't get it, but at the same time I do get it, because I predicted one each, and I didn't even do a match preview on this channel, which I apologise for. I should have done one. But over in the preview show on Fog Football, I did say one each. And I got it wrong. I'm glad I got it wrong. I'm buzzing about the fact that we're only 6 points behind Aberdeen, whatever the gap is now. I can't even tell you what it is. And obviously they're taking on Hearts today, and there's chances for us to, more games in hand and things. Oh, but it's how we are, man, closing the gap to Aberdeen. In our heads it should be, right, awful start to the season, unforgivable. We're going to finish second and see what we can do to that gap to Celtic. That should be the reality, but the reality is like, are we going to beat Aberdeen? And I've seen enough today in glimpses from certain players that it's like, yeah, you can be a part of a future here. But then there's like the other half of them, and I'm like, why are you, like, Kieran Doyle getting brought on the 85th minute, guys? What is that doing for anybody? You know what I mean? Like, St Johnstone's best chance of the game was an offside shot. Their manager looks like a 60-year-old lesbian. Don't know how he's pulled that look off, but he has. But yeah, we escaped with the 3 points, and I'm happy about it. But you know, I'm not going to be doing jumping jacks about beating St Johnstone 1-0. It was awful. I want to be going to McDermott Park and putting 5-6 past them. I mean, a couple of months ago, I think it was the start of October, you know, Celtic put 7 past them. Or was it 6? Either way, 6 or 7's a pretty good scoreline. And then there's us, that literally struggled to put 1 past them, and it's not like we peppered them. It's not like their goalkeeper was making outstanding save after outstanding save. And I think as an overall game, we were worse in that match than the Dundee United game, but we won. Dundee United game, the first half was awful. It was worse than these 2 halves. I'm sick of a little bit first halves and second halves, but end of the day, is you look at that second half there, and it's just shit. It's just absolute fucking unacceptable. I mean, you 1-0 up and you need to make it 2 or 3. Don't make it 2 or 3, and then you're sitting there nervy. I mean, Kieran Doyle getting brought on over what? Some other. I mean, who? So many youth talents to bring on. I mean, Bailey Rice. I didn't even look at the bench. Was he even on the bench? Point is, there's better people to bring on the bench than the people that are coming up. I mean, Kieran Doyle. And I had people in the chat saying, oh, they've brought on Kieran Doyle because, you know, you need to sell him and you need to put him in the eyes and get a fee for him. No one's going to... I mean, who's tuned in? Who's scouting Kieran Doyle, right, and watching that game? Watching his last 5 minutes, which, by the way, all he did was give the ball away, right? Who's watching that and turning around and saying, you know what, actually, we're going to put a wee bid in? No one is, man. You go with the youth. You go with the youth. I want to give players time that actually could have a future at this club. Not put guys in the shop window who are shite. You know what I mean? You know, see players that are playing at the peak of their abilities and they're attracting attention from other leagues, and we're talking about going for 10, 20 million. By all means, if they're in your team, that's brilliant. We're talking about a guy that isn't worth a bag of chips. You know what I mean? So, it's what it is. That's where we're going to leave this vid, troops. That's your match review. Check Fog Football out for more content. Of course, we've got the small matter of Hearts and Aberdeen. Shall be an interesting one. More Fallout SPFL review show. And then we've got more action midweek. So yeah, I'll do a watch along midweek as well. As much as I really do not want to watch this. It's like, it's bad enough watching it, but when you have to talk for like 2 hours over it, it's even worse. So yeah, leave your thoughts below. Another watch along. Brilliant, can't you wait? Oh yeah.